This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, the local albatross population benefits from a successful breeding season. So why is Doc asking the public for help? Hundreds of school pupils are getting on their bikes and finding out it's more than just a way to get from A to B. And young rugby players take on some of the country's greats and pull off a win for injured sports people. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. The local albatross population is continuing to grow with the recent hatching of more than 24 chicks. It's a successful breeding season for the Royal Albatross Centre, which staff are celebrating. But they need the public's help in keeping the chicks alive.
Getting comfortable in new surroundings. These recently hatched albatross are settling into their nests after a successful breeding season at the Royal Albatross Centre on Taiaroa Head.
We've just finished hatching just a couple of weeks ago, so our youngest chick now is 2 weeks of age. We've got 26 healthy chicks right now.
These chicks will stay in the nest for 8 months, growing up to 12 kgs in size. Due to that lengthy period, adults only breed every second year, fitting in a break from the strenuous process. The hatching of these 26 chicks pushes the total count of albatross up to 250, but it'll take time to grow numbers substantially.
In the last 3 years, we've fledged about 75 chicks. So if we get another 24, 25 away, it'll be 100 in 4 years. So that's been quite an achievement. But of course, it's going to be a number of years before those birds come back and start adding to the population.
High temperatures have been difficult for the young chicks who are relying on the shade of their parents while nesting. The ground temperature can reach 40 degrees Celsius, which has killed birds from heat exhaustion in the past. The remote centre has an irrigation line set up connecting to individual nests, but it constantly needs funding.
We've set up a Give a Little page and we're aiming to raise $5,000, and this is to truck in water from town to help with the irrigation system to keep the albatrosses cool during the very hot El Nino summer.
For the first time ever, the Royal Albatross Centre is streaming a live video feed of the nests and chicks' progress via its website. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
A male cyclist remains in a critical condition at Dunedin Hospital after colliding with a car in Fairfield last night. The collision occurred at the intersection of Main Road and Flower Street at about 8:15. Police say the 43-year-old cyclist collided with an Isuzu four-wheel drive utility. Officers are still investigating details of the crash and are urging witnesses to come forward. The serious crash investigator spent hours examining the scene, and consequently the road was closed until after midnight. Police have spoken with the driver of the vehicle, although no charges have been laid at this stage. Children around the city are making the most of the warm weather and hopping on their bikes. Hundreds of primary and high school pupils are taking part in several cycle skills workshops to mark Bikewise Month, and organisers are keen to show that the benefits of cycling extend beyond just transportation.
Getting ready to ride. Primary school pupils are putting several months of biking theory to practice at Carisbrook School. It's the latest stage in an ongoing push to get more kids to take up cycling.
Today's workshop is actually called Follow-Up Lead Rides. So these kids did cycle skills training a year ago, and these are follow-up lead rides to get them using those skills and to get them embedding those skills that they learned.
This year's skills workshops are timed to coincide with Bikewise Month, a national initiative to encourage people to take up cycling. Dovey says the benefits of getting on a bike are numerous, especially for young kids.
A lot of these kids don't have bikes at home, so it's keeping them active, and it's also giving them independence, so it's giving them a way of getting to school from home, and also to the shops and etc. etc. The high school kids, it's a good precursor to learning how to drive, learning how all the road rules.
Safety on the roads is the most important aspect for participants during the workshop, with well-fitted helmets essential. While these guys are staying within school grounds for now, it's all about preparing them for cycling in public.
We don't take them on the busier roads. That's something that we do once their cognitive skills have developed a little bit more. So for the high school students, we will take them on slightly busier roads, but we'll still try and show them how to get to their destination using mainly the South Dunedin Cycle Network and quietly trafficked roads.
Carisbrook isn't the only school taking part in cycle skills events, with students at 4 other primary schools and 2 high schools also getting on their bikes. The skills they're learning are designed to last far beyond just the course of Bikewise Month. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Fire service staff have completed their investigation into a suspicious blaze at an abandoned house in Signal Hill Road. Firefighters from 4 different stations were called to the incident at about 4 a.m. on Saturday. The derelict house was well involved when they arrived and was completely destroyed. A specialist fire investigator was tasked with examining the remains to determine a cause, but the local area commander says it's possible the source of the fire will never be known due to the extent of the damage. No neighbouring properties were harmed, although some scrub around the house was burned. Police are asking for information about any suspicious activity in the area. A fund for injured rugby players has been boosted by thousands during a local tournament. The Spartans contest saw young players taking the field against former All Blacks and Highlanders, but experience was no match for youthful vitality in the end.
Tackling a problem on the field. This 10-a-side rugby tournament's been held at Miller Park in Green Island to help players who have suffered physically from the game.
So we're raising funds for seriously injured players in New Zealand, the New Zealand Rugby Foundation, and yeah, basically we just want to try and help them out as much as they can because they do so much for injured players, playing the game that New Zealand's crazy about.
The 16-team tournament started a couple of years ago with humble beginnings. It's grown to include some big-name supporters who travel to Dunedin to be involved. They've drawn a bumper crowd, and Waldron's hoping to match last year's fundraising tally of 11,000.
It's just getting bigger and better every year. It's massive. The guys that were coming down, Carlos Spencer running around with us today, Peter Alatini. It's just really special having these lads come down and join us. So, to get guys like that here, whereas 2 years ago it was just a few of us old fellas running around. It's massive, massive movement, so it's awesome.
The contest was won by a scratch side assembled at the last minute. They beat former All Blacks and Highlanders playing for the Spartans in the semis. It was a demanding return to the field for some.
Yeah, it's been pretty physical. Well, mate, I say that now I'm 40, so when you're trying to run around at 40 years old and you're taking a bit of contact, mate, it's pretty tough. But for these youngsters, mate, they can handle it. But the standard's been pretty high.
But he and other well-known big hitters were more than happy to be involved, regardless of the scorecard.
I've forgotten how the body handles it these days. But no, mate, it's been a really good weekend, and full credit to the boys that organised this. I think they've done a tremendous amount of work. The crowd's come out today, which has been good, and we've had some pretty good rugby.
Waldron's planning to expand the tournament next year to accommodate more teams over 2 days of play. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, new data suggests the city's economic position is looking up, and a lark in the park raises money for a new technology.
We're at Alex Campbell's. We've got far too many shirts. We've got buy one, get one free at the moment on all shirts. Business shirts, short sleeve shirts, you name it. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Are you looking to add a new dimension to your home? A Christie's glasshouse and shed will add value to your property and increase your gardening pleasure, and can be easily ventilated during the day. A Christie's garden shed is a brilliant addition to your backyard, adding to your storage capacity. The great Kiwi glasshouse and shed come in all shapes and sizes, are manufactured in Dunedin and come in a range of nature-inspired colour steel colours or metallic zinc aluminum finish. Choose the Kiwi shed that has stood the test of time. Choose Christie.
Mobility scooters Otago. Mobility scooters, new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers. Free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 Kinneedwood Street, opposite Westpac.
For professional, reliable and approachable service where your dream kitchen design can become an affordable reality, contact the team at Kitchens for Less. Call 455 9973 or visit us online.
The Good All, it's all about our customer care, great food, great coffee and supported by some awesome staff. We think it's very important that the customers when they come in here have a good experience and leave wanting to come back. And I think in a nutshell, that's what the Good All is all about.
Don't miss the home show, lots of great ideas, great prizes, great deals, kitchens, bathrooms, furnishings and lots more. The Epicenter More FM Arena, 4th, 5th, 6th of March. Adults $10, children free. See you at the home show.
Chiropractic care is a drug-free way of sorting out stress and pain by getting your spine in line with body and brain. At Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing, we provide family chiropractic care. Feel taller, lighter and brighter. Call Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing today, 484 7272.
Yeah, we're heading down George Street, down B, tip of the hat to the people we meet, and southern skies. Take your place, take your place, take your place in the world. Take your place, take your place in the world.
Well, bees are very fascinating creatures and they constantly confound you about how little we really know about them.
About 4 of every 5 mouthfuls of food you eat have input of bees somewhere in the food chain.
I think they're fascinating. I can't think of a more interesting animal to work with.
Bees are economically the most important insects in the world.
Welcome back. City Council planners are recommending that resource consent be declined for a new supermarket and cafe complex in South Dunedin. Raywood Fresh is applying to build a small supermarket, cafe and warehousing on the corner of Midland and Otaki Streets. It would focus on locally sourced fresh produce, but council planners are unhappy about a retail operation being set up in an industrial zone. Raywood Fresh started in Christchurch and was bought by Foodstuffs South Island in 2012. The Dunedin City Council Hearings Committee is due to consider the application next week. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 100 points, now at 6,034. The Nikkei is up 852 points. And to the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is down against the Australian, but we are up against the other currencies that follow. The local economy seems to be improving based on the latest data compiled for the Dunedin City Council. It shows the city's gross domestic product is up and there are hundreds more jobs than a couple of years ago. Des Adamson from Enterprise Dunedin has been looking through the figures and he joins us to talk about it. Good evening.
Good evening.
Tell us about the latest research that's been done.
Okay, we utilise BERL, which is an economic monitoring agency, and we use them to report against the goals of the Grow Dunedin Partnership. It's regarding Dunedin's economic development strategy, which is 2013 to 2023. There's 2 goals here. One is 10,000 new jobs, full-time jobs by 2023, and the other is $10,000 extra income for each person over the same time. That approximates to approximately 2.5% GDP per capita.
What does it say about local GDP?
It says GDP per capita is actually a measure of the average income of a person. Now it's 1.3%. Now that against the rest of New Zealand is 1.2. So it's really quite good to hear that. In the last 10 years, the average has only been 0.2%. So 1.3, we think that's really positive.
And BERL's identified more jobs locally?
There's been approximately 1,770 new jobs over the past 2 years, 780 2015 and about 993 in 2014.
Were those numbers that you were expecting?
I think we've been working towards this. The city's always been a good place to do business, and it's never easy, but there's a number of initiatives going on which are helping.
How is the Grow Dunedin partnership tracking?
The Grow Dunedin partnership's tracking quite positively, although we're still slightly behind some targets we've set for ourselves. As I said, GDP per capita is 1.3% and employment growth is 1.5%. The last 10 years for employment growth was only 0.2%. So even though we're 0.8% behind New Zealand average, that's quite positive and it's significantly better than the last 10 years.
Is there a feeling of optimism out there in the local economy?
I think I've discussed it with a number of parties and also from my own personal experience, and I think with Dunedin there's always a cautious optimism regarding the economy, although this can be influenced by large macro economies, impacts on the economy. So there's investment going on, as you notice, the Distinction Hotel, the old Cargill's Motel. There's also another hotel going up. So there's investment going on.
What's your focus now that this data is in?
I think the focus is still on more jobs. I think we need to understand the figures a wee bit better and see where we can position ourselves. And also there may be other things we can measure which demonstrate Dunedin's economic health as well.
What is the biggest challenge in growing our economy?
Biggest challenge to me is external perceptions. I think a lot of people have got a negative viewpoint about Dunedin. They don't realise how good this city is, how quick it is to get to work, what great schools we have, what great sporting activities we have, great facilities. It's just a matter of convincing people this is the right area to do business in.
And the weather's not really as bad as we tell other people.
The weather is far from being bad. We're one of the best cities in New Zealand, I think.
Oh, I reckon too. Des Adamson from Enterprise Dunedin with some good news. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, thousands turn out for a lark in the park and a local sports club gears up for the winter season.
Do you want support for your breathing? You are not alone. In New Zealand, over 600,000 people have some form of breathing difficulty, especially with the high pollen season in New Zealand. Puff Plus is an excellent natural product developed to support lung function and breathing difficulties. Puff Plus is so effective, you get a no questions asked, money-back guarantee on the first purchase. Give it a go, you have nothing to lose. Call now, 0800 502 402. Take as directed. If symptoms persist, see your healthcare professional.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Pallet fires are growing in popularity in Otago with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pallet fires, so easy, so efficient.
Mosgiel Mowers Plus can help you with products to make your garden maintenance jobs easier. Lawn mowers, ride-ons, chainsaws, line trimmers. Sales and service are our specialty. Mosgiel Mowers Plus. Phone 489 3572 22B Gordon Road, Mosgiel.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Yes, Sonny Chin.
Neck, shoulder, back, sciatica, pain specialists. Innovative tools specifically designed to contour your grooves of depletion and excess muscle buildup.
Sonny Chin. It works.
We at Alex Campbell's have got far too many shirts. We've got buy one, get one free at the moment on all shirts. Business shirts, short sleeve shirts, you name it. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Hello, I'm Dougal Stevenson. Welcome to Museum Diaries, the programme where we delve deeper into the museum vaults. So this week, Greek ceramics, the Otago shag. Yes, we do have one. Early hominid stone tools and what they meant to early civilization and what they mean to us. And you'll love this, Thomas Jeffrey Parker's glycerin stomachs.
Welcome back. A fundraising event to be held in association with ID Dunedin Fashion Week has been cancelled due to low participation. Staff at the Dunedin Curtain Bank were planning a fashion show for young designers to be held at Otago Girls High School on the 12th of March. Entrants aged 13 to 22 were tasked with creating an outfit using materials supplied by the Curtain Bank. Chairwoman Virginia Driver says low registrations have forced her to cancel the event. Curtain Bank is a not-for-profit charity which repairs, lines and redistributes curtains to people in need. Thousands of residents made their way to the Botanic Garden during the weekend for a fundraising event. The Dunedin North Lions hosted Lark in the Park to raise money for local organisations and to provide families with a fun day out. And this year the money will help to fund new technology.
Making the most of a sunny Sunday, 2,500 Dunedin residents turned out to the Botanic Garden for a day of sunshine and a full program of entertainment.
Lark in the Park is an event that is really about a lot of people getting together and producing a lovely family day, a little bit like a little day out, and it comes down to involvement from all sorts of people in the community.
The event boasted food, face painting and fire engine rides for the public. There was also dancing and singing throughout the day to keep children and parents entertained. It involves months of planning and loads of support from local businesses, club members and residents.
We gather sponsorship from businesses all over the city and they give us raffles and raffle prizes, and some of them are very, very good, and we actually sell those over the day to produce funds which we can donate to the charity that we support.
Each year, organisers donate all the money raised to a different organisation. This year, Alzheimer's Otago will be on the receiving end. Lions members say the group is very organised and is a worthy recipient of the money for the work it does in the community.
We need funds for making their home services a little bit better. They've got a new technology called Wander Track and they're developing that, and this is to go towards helping them with that.
This is the 29th year the event has been held and organisers plan on growing the day for families in the future. Annabelle Dick, 39, Dunedin News.
Dozens of athletic adults were getting reacquainted with a popular winter sport at the weekend. Otago Hockey organised a showcase event ahead of the busy competition season, and coaching staff are hoping it will lead to growth among local clubs.
Taking a hit. These sporty adults are hitting the turf for Otago Hockey's annual Have a Go Day. The tryout event was designed to entice some experienced players into the upcoming winter competition.
We've struggled over the last couple of years with just the amount of adults they sort of die off and just bringing them back in. There's heaps of high school kids that play in our Prem competition at the moment, which is awesome, but we just want to get some more adults back playing.
Doherty's pleased with the turnout after last year's showcase attracted just a handful of people. There were about 620 adult players registered with the organisation last season. Yesterday's relaxed event was aimed at introducing potential club members to what's available for adults living permanently in the city.
We just get the uni ones come through, but we need a good base that are going to live in Dunedin and stay in Dunedin as well. It helps the clubs to just keep players there and build a strong club pretty much. With the students it's hard because they just come and go as they please, so just getting a nice base.
Hockey is primarily played during winter, with the next club competition beginning in March. While Doherty's keen to attract more adults into the sport, she says getting them enough time on the turf is already causing concern.
We have so many teams that we don't have enough turf space. The turfs are full from when school finishes at 3 till 10:30 at night every day, and then the weekends it's chocker from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. at night, so yeah, it's well used.
The club is also on the hunt for more coaches to help push players old and new to succeed. For now though, staff are focused on helping these guys rediscover their love for hockey. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Conservation staff are hoping a successful albatross breeding season is boosted by public donations to help keep chicks alive. Hundreds of school pupils are taking part in cycle safety workshops, learning how to be safe on the roads for Bikewise Month. And organisers of the Tenaside Rugby Tournament are expecting to pass on $11,000 to an injured players fund. And it's time now to find out what's going to be in Tuesday's Otago Daily Times, and Phil Somerville's with us. Good evening.
Yes, hi Rebecca. A small sample today, a travel page, a plat through the Baltic states, that's in Europe, that's written by a former ODT reporter and well written. Page 2, a wash and sometimes detours when Dave Cannon's away, featuring Room with a View. We've been overwhelmed, there's been a fantastic response. Hundreds of people have emailed in pictures of their varied and interesting views from their rooms. DCC out at the Tahuna waste plant. They found the reason for that terrible stink the other day, so it's good news for the people that live out there. Not so good news from Middlemarch. A nurse and her 2 sons were in their house has been completely destroyed in a fire.
Oh, details in tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Phil. Time now for local weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Puff Plus.
And here is today's city view taken of seals swimming in the water. Would have been great to be them today. Around the city at 3 o'clock, 26 degrees for both the central city and the gardens, 29 at the Tyree. To the situation, and this warm northerly flow is increasing as a trough in the Tasman Sea deepens. It will move across the country Wednesday and Thursday. To some of the main towns in the lower South Island for tomorrow, strong nor'westers with rain later for Invercargill and Gore. Rain and strong nor'westers in Te Anau, and late rain with nor'westers for Alexandra, 23 degrees there. Nor'westers and late rain in Queenstown and Wanaka. Cloud increasing with nor'westers for Oamaru and Twizel. And in Dunedin tonight, mild with the odd shower possible and a low of 16. Tomorrow, high cloud increasing with nor'westers, 24 degrees. And on Wednesday, some rain with gusty northerlies, but they'll ease, going for a high of 21. And the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information. High tide tomorrow morning is at 11:30. Low tide follows at 20 past 6. And fishing conditions look pretty good tomorrow, especially at around 10 past 8 in the morning. And that's all from the team here at 39 Dunedin News for Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.